So let me explain what exactly happened when I stopped playing back then. Since I could not record with my face cam after that, I decided that we could use that time to blast some more trees around. To save up my actual filming time a little bit. And so I did. And more. And more. And more, until the vast nature around us started to finally shrink. Ah yes, the possibilities of an open space. I should also mention that our neighbors at some point got so disturbed by all the banging in the forest next door that they finally came to investigate. Don't worry though, as a good neighbor I treated them very kindly. For some reason they were not grateful enough, so I decided it's time to change the tactics. Oh boy, they got what's coming to them. And unfortunately, so did I. And just so no one hates me, I'm just gonna mention that, of course, I'm using a god mode here because in case somebody is going to point out me at some point that they noticed I'm cheating. Yes, I do! I mean, I'm very well quite aware of that, Karen. As well as warned a couple times that I will. But anyway, I kept going. And going. And going. And still going. Yeah, needless to say, I blasted a lot of trees. And it was hella fun. Prove me wrong. At some point in the middle of the night, I finally decided that we did a great job and it's time to wrap up the day, so I cruised back to our humble establishment in hopes to get some sleep. But for some reason, the game decided otherwise. It's like the whole game started to finally hate us for all our committed sins. But anyway, after a long night of freezing and lack of sleep, we finally wake up to witness the greatness of our efforts. Ah yes, the beauty of dying nature. But to make it a little bit less morbid, I decided that it's time to use all our cut up tree piles into something more useful than just laying around. Also, by this time our relationship with our neighbors dropped to the level of war, so it was time to upgrade. But it also hit me that for some reason all our hard-working tree piles cut down with sweat and blood just freaking disappeared. So naturally, feeling very betrayed and robbed, I decided to go on in creative. And let me conduct my great idea of using trees to blast down more trees via creating a tower of destruction. And by that I mean to build a high-ass tower where I could put some catapults on, put on some explosives and blast them into the distance into the forest from the comfort of my palace. Absolutely beautiful life goal if you ask me. Oh, but projects are more fun with friends, right? So I invited some. Unfortunately, my comrades kinda ran out of energy pretty quick, so I just kindly let them nap. Forever! After I set up our tower, it was time to add some stairs. So we could get up there as well. There we go. Complete etalon of architecture. But then it hit me that these are not the heights that I'm striving for. So I went a little higher, and a little more, and just a little bit more. Just a tiny little bit. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, in all honesty, I would go way up higher than this, but a sanity in my brain started to speak and reminded me to not torture my RAM sticks any further. Because let me tell you, that desire in 2016 playing Fallout 4 to build higher on top of a gas station did not go very well. Traumatic memories, here we go! And yes, it did smell like fried pan. I hope you rest in peace, you brave warrior. So yeah, after 2 weeks of unstoppable crying, I concluded that such disastrous events should never occur in my life again. Ever. So as an old person with some wisdom behind my back, I'll stop just here. Enough is enough! But that was not it yet. This tower turned into absolute abomination of stairs. Let me know that not only was it a nightmare to craft my way on top of our tower, but I also had absolutely no way to go down. Because yet again, if I would, there is no way back up. Because we successfully managed to build all our pathways inside the freaking foundations. Yep. That was pretty smart. You see, I always think through all my building designs to the smallest details. But either way, eventually I forged my way back up to the top of our construction site. And it was time to appreciate the glorious view. Pixel tree is my favorite. Ah yes, so much to destroy. But hey, we gotta move onward. After all, the beautiful views is not exactly the kind of goal we strive to. So I generously crafted us some humble living space and move on to what's really important. The catapults. And after I managed to set up a couple of these bad boys, it was finally time to test out the ultimate goal of this project. Spread the chaos into the wild blue yonder. Precision is the key. And off you go, Pikachu! Oh, look how it goes there. They grow up so fast, don't they? After not witnessing any explosions in the distance, nor falling trees, I came to logical conclusion that something was not quite right. So I kept trying. Go Bulbasaur, you're my favorite! But not even that seemed to help. So I realized that all our hard work, time, and energy was absolutely wasted for nothing. And after spending 2 solid seconds in absolutely uncontrollable rage and depression, I'm so sorry, you really did not deserve that. Or did you? I decided the time has come to set a new goal. A better one. But first, we somehow had to figure out how to get down. Which turned out way more complicated than I thought, by the way. And then, the inevitable happened. Yeah, I mean at some point it had to happen, right? Yet regardless of ultimate betrayal from my new living space, and my legs now growing from my shoulders, thank you, plus having a refreshing nap, we still had to fix those stairs. Would you look at that? An ultimate wonder of architecture. Such a chef's kiss. Are you proud of me, Mom? Because you better be. But anyway, let's continue. What, thought we gonna abandon this place just the same as the boat? Maybe. But certainly not now. However, after countless tries of building an ethical route back upstairs, again, I just gave up a little bit. And instead, decided to carve a new way right through our foundation. And that did not go well either. I mean, who'd have thought that something like that can happen if you touch a little bit of foundation? Certainly not me. Unacceptable. Stupid nature and its physics always getting in my way. I'll get revenge on you later. Anyhow, though, after a lot of self-torture, and I mean like a lot of torture, for real, we got back up. Oh, for the love of cat god, finally. Now trust me that I said that I will never build anything like this again. And I mean, we did this in creative mode and it still was a pure torture. And even with that, we managed to make it really ugly. So I would like to express my condolences to the people who are brave enough to build this in survival mode. God damn, you're brave. I mean, really.